Hey guys, it's Jeannette. I hope you're all doing well. I want to do a video on what I wish I knew before starting grad school. Okay, so let's first talk about expectations in terms of how is it going to go? How is the teaching? How will the learning occur? All of that. So I'm in a program that is considered a hybrid program where a lot of the lecturing, everything is online. And then you may have some dates that you have to come in, whether it's for exams or for a clinical hands-on or lab time. So for the most part, because my program is a hybrid program, they do give you the option to testing with like Proctor to complete those exams online. I'm not about to risk my Wi-Fi going down on exams, and it's really difficult to dispute any of that. So I try to go on campus for my exams as of right now. So what I wish I knew was that, you know, that it was going to be like that. So I originally thought I was going to be on campus a lot more. So it was a good thing that I'm on campus less. So that helps, especially with the work schedule and all of that. Obviously having exam dates earlier on will give you the better chance to getting those days off from your manager. So secondly, which was a big one, is if you're used to the traditional, like sitting down in a classroom, if you read something or you're going through something, you know, you have the opportunity to raise your hand, ask a question and get clarification, instant clarification. That is not how this works, at least in my experience. So you literally are given access to this, let's say ours is called a Canvas portal, but like a Blackboard portal where all of the information, all of the PowerPoints, all of the lectures, everything's already there. And they open it up. Some classes, I don't know, maybe in this school it was open all the way from, let's say, module 1 through module 14, so exam 1 through 5, everything was open. So I technically could have moved as fast as I wanted to. And I only like to look at content up until that exam. I won't look into exam 2 content anytime before my first exam. So you literally sit there. So you definitely need a reliable laptop that you can actually record. So you need a video camera, which is, you know, I have a MacBook Pro, so that wasn't an issue. But for some people, some of them, they don't have webcams, so they had to purchase those, especially for, let's say, the WebEx live conference internet courses. Especially if you have to present, they need to be able to see you. So FYI, if you have a computer or something that does not have it, you may need it. And if you choose to take the exams online, you have to have a webcam, because that's the only way they can see and look at the room and the notes that you're taking, just to make sure that you're not cheating when you're taking those exams through, like, let's say, a Proctor. So obviously having reliable computers and all of that, I did, so that wasn't an issue, but I just wanted to make that for y'all to be aware. So should you be having any computer issues or have a computer with no webcam, look into what your program requires and what they'll be using, just to make sure you're not stressed trying to come up with money and a new computer and all this all at the same time when you're learning like 20 chapters in 2 weeks. So yes, that goes right into the amount of content that is required to learn in a 2-week span. Like a 40-page blueprint, back and forth, to learn in 2 weeks. I wish I knew that, so I can mentally prepare for that. It's almost like if I knew that going in, then I wouldn't be so shocked when I download the content for the exam that I'm studying for, and I'm like, 19 lectures, great, you know. So expect to put a lot of time in. Expect to see a lot of notes with not too much time. You really don't have too much time. I mean, it takes like 3 or 4 days just to listen to the lectures one way through, and then now you have what, 8 days left or something to be able to learn it or re-listen to it, take notes, and really put it in your memory for an exam. So yes, so back to the the traditional trying to ask for clarification, that there's no opportunity for that. So when I thought hybrid, I kind of thought maybe like an online class time where, let's say, you can bring things up, you can talk, ask questions, and get some clarification. No, my online time was utilized just to hear people's case study presentations. I don't know about you, but I don't learn that way. I don't learn with someone just presenting, especially if they're not an educator. These are students that are obviously teaching what they believe. They have, reviewed and learned, and then presenting their case study, which I get it. We all have to do it. It's for participation points, group points. I get that. It's just, I wish there was maybe an additional time to review and ask questions and kind of just have that teacher student, back and forth. So there was no opportunity for that. So if I ever had a question, you would have to literally go to your peers or your textbook to see if it answers that. And I don't know about y'all, but I have come across certain things where maybe it looks a little different in the textbook versus what's in the PowerPoint, or even, different from what I heard the instructors say through like the case study presentation. So now you end up questioning 3 different things, trying to figure out what's right. And the communication is pretty much all online. So I've never did this, but I would think, hey, I have a question on this topic, can you clarify? You send it through email, and then you wait maybe a day or 2 to get a response back, and then it goes from there. So you don't have that time to wait for clarification. So that's when you go ahead and you spend hours going to the let's say YouTube was a great resource for me, just to get clarification and move on with my learning. So and also, just kind of a tip, I did end up creating, maybe I'll do a blog post and just share a playlist. So literally almost any topic that I had issues with, or I just need more information, I created a playlist on YouTube, and they're listed again like exams 1 through 5. So all exam 1 topics are under that playlist, and when I would drive, I would literally just press play and just hear each of those videos to help me kind of supplement my learning. Okay, so the next thing I would say is just how much self-teaching. It's all self-taught. At least that's what it feels like. And again, I only have 1 semester to provide you guys with like personal experience, but from what I've heard, it's a very self-taught type of program, which is very sad. I was expecting, like, do you remember, at least for my ADM program, they were so invested, they were so hands-on. I could literally walk into, and it didn't even have to be my teachers for that assignment, for that semester. I could walk into their office and ask them a question, have them break something down for me, or have, it's not like that. I'm hoping it does change as I progress in the program and, becomes more hands-on and stuff like that. But at least it was a shocker going into my first semester in grad school. Next would be the amount of stress, mental stress that I would encounter. And I knew I had like testing anxiety here and there, but I was able to get through it, and it didn't cloud my ability to answer things correctly. This time around, it's horrible. And I wish I knew, and I wish I was reminded to do like more other coping mechanisms to help counteract like the stress and all of that. But maybe I don't know. It just hit me hard. So I wish I kind of had a heads up on that. So next thing is like curving. I am grateful because it allowed me to pass. I don't have much experience with the teacher curving exams unless the exam scores were horrible. And I feel like 4 out of my 5 exams were curved. And I'm grateful because it allowed me the points to pass, but I don't want to say like I earned it. I don't feel like I earned it. And I think that's the worst part of it all. Actually, the worst part of it all is not feeling like you are improving, progressing, growing, learning. I think my highest score by myself was my first exam. My lowest score for at least the first semester was my last exam. Like, who wants to end a semester like that? A big thing was how much, like the saying, the more I study, the more I don't know, or you come to realize how much more you don't know. So that's kind of not what I expected. So the more I learned more of what I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm saying that right. But it also was kind of getting in the way of, like, even my confidence on what I'm doing at work. I'm like, am I doing that right? Am I, So it just makes you, like, question everything, which is good, because if you're questioning, you can obviously evaluate what's going on and then fix whatever is wrong or whatever. But man, I'm like, I'm either getting confused on things that I thought I knew, or I'm trying to comprehend something that I still don't know. So that, I just didn't expect to feel that way. I didn't expect to feel defeated. And yeah, and everyone's like, just pass. That's all you need to do, is just pass and move on. If you can make it through this course, then you can make it through the program. It's like a reading course. And I don't agree with that type of educational model. I do agree that there are some foundation courses that you must excel in, because everything else builds off of that. But if that is like that, then I feel like the school should set you up to succeed, not so much fail or question and all that. Anyways, I'll stop there. I hope this helps. I don't want to make this video too long, but those are some of the things and feelings that I kind of wish I knew before going into grad school, because it could have saved me a lot of, like, mental stress, emotional stress. I could have mentally prepared more on the challenge that I would feel. And then, yeah, so I don't know, kind of gives me an overall now idea of what I'm going to look forward to. But initially going in, I didn't expect, like, any of that I mentioned. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share the videos. Bye.